Hello everyone, in this video today we are going to learn how to use Jamovi in order to make histograms. Okay, so very first thing, let's take a look at our survey. We ran a simple survey that just asked how many children did someone have. We are going to copy the data and move it over into Jamovi. And then let's work on defining what type of data we have. So, when we are dealing with number of children, this is going to be a discrete piece of data. It's numerical and it has a order to it, and we know that it is discrete because we're never going to get an answer like, I have 2.5 children in my home. It's always going to be some discrete step from one number to the next. So we know that we are dealing with numerical discrete. And then over here, how Jamovi handles that is it says that, okay, it's some sort of ordinal, and this is an integer piece of data. A little bit different verbiage, but it is the same thing as discrete numerical data. Okay, let's rename this as number children. Notice that I did not use a space. It gives it some issues if you put spaces in the variable name. So if you want to put in a space, kind of like how I did, I used the underscore. Okay, so now that we've got that, we can kind of put that away. And now in order to do a basic histogram, let's go to our explorations. So if we go to explorations and our descriptives, we can go look at the statistics. I'm going to remove all of these for right now. I don't need them. I am going to grab a frequency table because frequency tables are handy. I moved my variable over to my variables and I want to collect on my frequency table. And now I want to create a histogram. So I can go over and just click on histogram and voila, we have a simple histogram. And if we were able to match it with one of our pictures, we would see that it closely matches our first plot. Okay, so if that's all that we wanted to do, great. But if you notice here, it really doesn't have like the frequency or the counts of how many people responded to this. We don't have the relative frequency anywhere. If we want a little bit more information, there's another option that we can do. So instead of going to exploration, now we're going to go to what's called JJ stats plot. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on that. And the very first thing that we have is what's called histogram. So I'm going to go ahead and click on histogram. And I'm going to move the number of children over. And I don't need the statistical results. We'll deal with those later. But what I do want to do is I want to change my bin width. So if I click on this guy and I make the bin width of size 1, I now get this great histogram plot where not only do I have my counts or my frequencies on the left side, but on the right side I also have the proportions, the relative frequencies, and I've got my number of children, and it gives me this handy dandy mean if I want it. Anyhow, so this is even a better way to make a better histogram plot. All right, so scrolling on down, now we say which frequency table is most appropriate. So if we scroll up, we made our frequency table already, and we can just kind of match it. And if we notice this frequency table is a little odd. It kind of goes out of order. And remember, because we have this natural order, right, we want to use our integers in ascending order. This is a really good looking table from 0 children to 7. We have our frequencies 125 all the way to 8 down here. And we could look at our relative frequency, which is this percent of the total, except this is in decimal form, this is in percentage form. Remember, when we report, I want it reported in decimal form. So all you have to do to report in decimal form is just remember to shift your decimal place over 2 spots. And we've got our cumulative percentage or our cumulative relative frequency as well over here written in percentage form. Okay, so that is how you can use Jamovi in order to create your histograms and be able to interpret some information from them. Best of luck on your own usage of these tools.